Garam masala is a hot favorite spice blend in Indian cuisine and should not be missing from your spice cabinet. Whether you are a beginner or a spice lover, we'll help you to find the right garam masala for every occasion.
Hi guys, welcome to Crush on Spices. People often mistakenly associate Indian food with curry powder, but the most widely used spice blend is garam masala. It is not only used in India, but also in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, as well as by the entire diaspora that makes almost 1/4 of the entire world population. This means that there are countless of garam masala variations out there, but the base is always warming spices.
You can tell by its name because garam masala means warm or hot spice blend. It is said to stimulate the digestive fire and warm from within. But it shall also be fragrant and boost the appetite. The simplest blend we know is the Bengali garam masala, the Garam Masala. It consists of just 3 spices which are usually mixed in equal parts. We keep them raw without toasting. Cloves are intense, have a sweet and pungent flavor with a touch of camphor. Cassia cinnamon has a sweet and warm flavor with woody and peppery notes. Green cardamom has an intense sweet and spicy aroma with a light floral and menthol notes. The flavor is mainly in the seeds, but you don't necessarily have to remove the shells. Instead, you can use the whole cardamom pod. The Bengali blend is a pure finishing spice. It is used very sparingly at the end of cooking. Simply sprinkle over dals or vegetable curries using your fingertips. It also tastes wonderful with roast potatoes and gives them a special flavor. This blend is considered to be quite sweet and intense. Therefore, in addition to seasoning dishes, you can also use it for a quick masala chai. You can find the perfect dishes for garam masala in the video description. However, the most popular garam masala probably comes from the Punjab region. We'll share a basic blend with 6 spices with you. It is savory, earthy with a subtle toasty flavor and pairs perfectly with everyday North Indian and Pakistani cuisine. For example, for brown dal, a potato or chicken curry, as well as for making marinades. It is based on coriander and cumin seeds. This is joined by black pepper. Cassia bark, cloves and cardamom are also back in the game. Coriander seed has a cool, earthy flavor with citrusy notes. Cumin seed has an intense, warm, slightly smoky herbal flavor with earthy notes. Black pepper is a very complex spice and therefore a true master of flavors. It gives your spice blend a certain pungency.
You may be wondering why turmeric is missing. In Indian cuisine, it is mostly used separately at the beginning of cooking when it is sorted with the masala base. Garam masala powder, however, is mostly added at the end of cooking and the raw turmeric smell wouldn't integrate well with the final dish. However, there are other ingredients you can add to your garam masala to enhance its flavor depending on the recipe.
If you like your garam masala more complex, you can add spices such as smoky black cardamom and dried ginger. They go incredibly well with savory curries with red meat or hearty pulses such as rajma or kala chana. The sweet, cool fennel goes well with lighter colored dals, vegetable curries or fish. Star anise, nutmeg, mace and bay leaves pair wonderfully if you like to make biryanis. Chilies are more of an exception, but they can enhance the color of the blend and add another spicy dimension alongside pepper and ginger. You can even add dried rose petals, especially if you love dishes from the Mughal cuisine, such as kormas.
So remember, A. Garam masala consists of various warming spices to stimulate digestion and to create warmth from within. B. There is no such thing as the perfect or the most authentic garam masala. There is only the right garam masala for each dish. C. Just start with the basic garam masala. You can then customize it for each recipe. This is how we do it at home. Once you have put together your blend, let's move on to the next step, toasting the spices.
Heat the pan on medium. By toasting, the spices experience the so-called Maillard reaction, which transforms the flavors. They become deeper and nuttier. Start with the tougher and more robust spices such as cassia bark, lightly crushed cardamom pods and cloves. Then add slightly crushed black pepper with small spices such as cumin and coriander seeds. Toasting takes no longer than 2-3 minutes. Be sure to trust your nose, because you will definitely smell as soon as the flavors change. When the scent starts to fill the kitchen, you can switch off the heat. You can then add delicate ingredients such as rose petals. They only infuse in the remaining heat. Once the spices have cooled down, you can grind them. This releases the essential oils that contain the flavor. We use a good old coffee grinder for this. We have included the link to it in the video description.
Now the question is, when to add garam masala to your food and how much to use. A good rule of thumb is the heavier the food, the more you can spice it. For example, you can add more or a stronger garam masala to a hearty lamb curry than to a simple vegetable dish. A light dal, on the other hand, needs less than a savory chickpea curry, so it really depends what you mostly cook at home.
At the beginning of cooking, a basic garam masala blend with cinnamon sticks, cloves, cumin and cardamom is usually added to the hot oil or ghee. This process is called blooming, and it helps to free the oil-soluble components of the spices while simultaneously toasting them. This brings the spices to life, so to speak. During the long cooking process, they release their full flavor into the dish and merge with the aromas of the other ingredients. As a beginner, if you prefer to use garam masala powder, do not add it directly to the hot oil, but wait until other moist ingredients such as onions have already been sauteed. This will prevent the garam masala from burning. We usually use garam masala powder at the end of the cooking process to enhance the flavor of the dish. In a way, it's the top note of your final dish that you will first notice before the intense flavors of the cooked spices come forward.
Your homemade garam masala stays aromatic for up to 3 months if you use it regularly. For larger quantities of garam masala, there's a useful trick: use 2 jars. A smaller one for everyday use, because through regular opening and closing, some of the volatile aromas will evaporate. The bigger jar you can just keep in your pantry. This will keep fresh for up to a year.
From now on, your Indian food will taste even better. Have fun making your own blend with our garam masala formula, and remember, always bay leaf in good food.